That's before the disease kicked in. There's no telling.
Battery's meant to run up.
Historically, meet all the qualifications and descended from the Holy Roman Empire.
We got enough on there. Let's put it on there.
They've created a new world economic system, soon to be implemented. Cures poverty, cures hunger, cures need for education. All of the shit that the Antichristos is supposed to do.
Hold on a second. This is like really awesome.
According to modern folklore, he descended from Jesus. What else do you know?
Yeah, now you got your profile, asshole.
Oh man.
Hey, this is my gay rapist
Give me it.
fucking videographer.
Give it! Cocksucker. I ain't even got to hit the red button.
I already did.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, you're recording. You should be recording. Does it say record? Does it say REC.red?
Can you see these?
I can't see nothing. You're gonna hit me in the back of the head. You're making me cry.
You will whenever you watch the video, motherfucker. Alright, man, let me get you.
It's a fresh bowl. Always hit the fresh bowl. Knock off. Danny, I'll make sure you get up by
doobie
like
down,
12:30.
doobie doob down, down.
Dude, I need to be up earlier than that, dude.
No, you don't. You said you gotta go to the gym and you gotta go to work. And you gotta go on a job interview.
You can do
About
it.
3 hours.
Gotta be up at like 10. I'll be
10.
fine, yeah. I'll be
Well, I
up.
mean, how long is this? Can I?
Oh, yeah. I fucking passed out.
It might be 3 hours.
Where'd my letter go? You got my letter?
Nah, I didn't think so.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
No, that's
I
right.
think that's mine, but...
You got the Cosmo, I got the blue one. Okay, I'm on like 86 or something, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
That's painful. There's a Snicker bar. Where to go? Catch.
Don't even throw that, bitch. I know you fucking do not throw that. I will fucking kick you in the balls really hard.
Shh, I'm recording.
Here, take the
like-
ball.
I was 3D in it.
This weed's a little bit psychotic, man. I mean, not psychotic, like, how do you, crazy? We hallucinogen kind of weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
But...
Nah, I'm fucking done for a while, man. I think there's a little bit more, man. But you can kill that if you want to. Go ahead, whoever. I don't
Set
give
it
a
down
fuck. Get away from him.
We're all,
Nah,
we're all
I'm
here
done.
somewhere. Yeah.
Fucking King Kong's coming, man. Like Godzilla or some shit, man.
Godzilla.
Oh, at the wrong time, bro. Fucked up. Okay,
You
are
play
we,
some
are we
fucking
doing
music
some
or
music? Are we doing some music?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. I don't know how to read this.
No. I'm ready to fall out. Oh, it's so nice. Oh my god, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's 20 pounds, or is that 40?
20.
No way. That is not 20 pounds, dude. Feel this.
That's what it says on the fucking side, Jack.
That's gonna be 40 pounds. 20
No,
and
it's
20.
20. No.
That ain't 20 pounds.
Those are steel weights, man. They're 20 pounds each. I used to have
That's
45s,
40.
man. I used to curl 45s like 30 times.
I think it's 20 and 20 is 40.
Fucking, I would lift the 300-pound nigger off his ass and
Yo,
go,
name again?
jump against the wall.
Danny.
Like,
Dean?
No, Danny.
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, look, check it out. You got 20. You got 20. I think it's like 40 pounds, man.
no, you're high.
This, that is not 20 pounds. I promise
That's how
you.
they sell them. They sell
That is
them,
not-
they sell them by the pound. 5 pounds. Don't do that to Tom.
Tom's fucked up. I had to get him a jitney from the bar.
Yeah, I know he's fucked up.
He ain't moving.
Where's the camera?
It's right here. Jag off of him.
Turn it off and start it again. Otherwise, it won't happen.
Here, you show me how to do that. It's still right. It's recording.
Holy fuck.
Record these nuts.
Alright, I'm recording. Show me your nuts. Come on. Oh, zoom in. I'm zooming in.
They're only this big when my dick's like that.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, it looks like it is. In the shot I got. Look at it. I'll show it to you later.
Well, I gotta hold my pocket though.
Ooh, I'm standing on some squishes. That's probably paint. So tell us about this piece, Craig.
The south tower registers as a 2.1 earthquake. The north tower registers as a 2.3 earthquake. Watching on camera, told Chris Bolin that their seismographs pick up underground explosions from a quarry 20 miles
That's
away.
my background.
These blasts are caused by 80
good.
pounds of ammonium nitrate and cause local.
Cameras are rolling. Action. You just lit your cigarette. So have it in your hand.
Let's talk
Cut real quick. Keep the cameras rolling. Just have your cigarette a little higher so it will be in frame. Like that. Perfect. And cameras are rolling. Action.
Let's talk about my messianic complex a little bit.
That's fine. Whatever you feel like today.
Yeah, did I ever tell you how I came to that?
No, you didn't.
Well, after I read Holy Blood, Holy Grail, I found that I was descended from Jesus, potentially. And I suggested my family's...
Cut real quick. Now keep the cigarette up, Javi, and look directly at the camera. Don't look at him. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay. Start over. And action.
Well, it suggests my family's descended from Jesus, and I didn't know what that meant, but
Here, cut real quick. We need a whole thing. So, I'd like to talk to you about my messianic complex.
sorry,
Take it slowly and try and say as little you knows and like kind of as you can. Take your time with it and pause. It'll be more dramatic that way. Cameras are rolling. Cigarette up. And action.
let's talk about my messianic complex a little bit.
That's fine. We can talk about whatever you like now.
Well, did I tell you how I started with that, how I came down with that?
No, you didn't.
My old roommate handed me a book called Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and it suggested that my family was descended from Jesus, and I didn't know what that meant. Nobody knew what it meant. Like, you talk to priests, they talk to everybody, call it everybody. And basically I thought it meant that I was supposed to be Messiah in modern age. And still I didn't know what that meant. So I looked into the Bible, read the chapter in Ezekiel, which says when the Messiah comes, he'll green the great desert. And I didn't know what that meant. Is it literal? And I took it to be a literal thing, meaning I had to terraform the Sahara Desert. And I was like, how's one to terraform the Sahara Desert, right? So I deduced that it would take the creation of a new economic system, some huge new global system, a new organization of humanity to raise enough capital and enough structure to take on a project that size. So I came up with Ginger IT. Did I tell you what that is?
Not told me about that either.
And it's my economic theory. It's X minus Y equals Z. X is maximum production level, minus Y current production level equals the difference. My system aims to capture the difference and distribute it globally to everybody in the system. You know, the redistribution of new wealth, if you would. Does that make sense to you?
Well, it doesn't really matter if it makes sense to me, if it makes sense to you.
Well, I kind of come here to see if I'm being coherent or not. If you know what I mean. But I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm working with like some guys, like my professor in school. He's showing me some equations and stuff that we're trying to tie into my economic theory so that we can have mathematical proof of it also.
Do you still feel like you're a savior?
Well, that's the double-edged sword. Like, if I go through with this and it works and I fulfill the role of the Messiah, then I think it would be the Messiah.
Cut. Okay, that was good for that scene. I think we should keep these angles and talk about one more thing before wrapping up. Is that okay with everybody?
Sure.
Which thing you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the entire, like the biggest point of this movie, for me, most difficult part for the audience will be understanding why the narrative isn't linear, which I think you're talking to your therapist. You're basically talking to somebody who's just your mirror.
Let's do spherical logic.
Spherical logic.
Whatever we go.
Cameras are still rolling, at least mine is.
Well, I've told you about how I think, right? Like, I'm a visual thinker by nature. I don't think in a linear manner. Like, I'm more spherical. It's like my structure is based on coming from a center point and going out as far as I can logically into whatever topic it is, and then drawing points back so that there's like mathematical structure to what I'm thinking and what I'm relating to, you know? It's a different way of thinking. I've been looking for an equation to turn a sphere into a line. My friend told me something about this problem that's been around since like Plato. It's called the circle and the square problem. And that just means no matter how you try to make the area of the circle match the area of a square, it will never work because they just don't ever line up. The numbers are always different. Like there is no square that has the same area as a circle. So it's one of those. It's like sounds like a vexed point, but I'm still looking for a solution to it. Hopefully, like my professor can like guide me to some logical conclusion, and then I can put that in with the whole theory of the economic system.
Okay, I think that's pretty much what we're going to get out of that scene, unless anyone think there's other things that are missing from the dialogue.
Well, Shay's missing.
Well, that's the thing that would be.
Cameras are rolling, silence, and action.
One of the topics that creates much consternation among students is the parabolic curve. From Algebra 2 to trigonometry to pre-calc in high school, all the way through college algebra, you're going to see parabolas, but the problem is different teachers teach in different ways. Is that the equation of a parabola, or is that the equation of a parabola? Well, the answer is they both are. Suppose I have this. Wait, lift it, folks.
Rolling, action.
One of the great causes of confusion in my math students is the parabolic curve. From Algebra 2 to pre-calculus in high school, and then all the way through college algebra, parabolas are going to pop up, but different professors and instructors teach a different way. Is that the equation of parabola, or is that? The answer is both. For example, suppose I have y equals x minus 3 squared minus 2. Well, the vertex is going to be h comma k, which means the vertex is going to be the point 3 comma negative 2. So I'm going to go down here, over 3 down 2. There's my vertex. Then we know the standard parabola, since it's a squaring function, is basically over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4, over 3 up 9, those being squares. So from that point, I'm going to go over 1 up 1 in both directions, over 2 up 4 in both directions, and over 3 up 9 in both directions. And there I have my parabolic curve. Some students learn it this way. But then, what about this? Same thing? Yeah. Suppose I have this. That's also the equation of the problem. Now, the x-coordinate of the vertex, as well as the axis of symmetry, is x equals negative b over 2a. So if I want to find the x-coordinate of the vertex, I'm going to use negative 4, negative of negative 4, I should say, over 2 times a, which in this case is 1. So I end up with x equals 4 divided by 2, which is 2. That's the x-coordinate of the vertex, and it's also the axis of symmetry. To find the y-coordinate of the vertex, I substitute 2 back into the equation. Y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 5. I come up with y equals 4 minus 8 minus 5, which gives us 4 minus 13, which is negative 9. So my vertex is going to be the point 2 comma negative 9, x comma y. So I go over 2, down 9, there's my vertex. Next question, how do I find out what shape it's going to look like? Well, I know that if I can factor x squared minus 4x minus 5, then I can get the x-intercepts. And that does present a factorable quadratic equation. X minus 5 times x plus 1. I use the zero product property, set both equal to 0. X minus 5 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, and I come up with x equals 5 and x equals negative 1 is our x-intercepts. So I know I can go over to 5 on the x-axis and negative 1 on my x-axis. Then I want to find my y-intercept. Well, if I put 0 in for x, I know that whenever x equals 0, that is when a graph is crossing the y-axis. So if I put 0 in for x, I get y equals 0 squared minus 4 times 0 minus 5, giving us a y-intercept of negative 5. So I'll get down to negative 5 right here. There's my y-intercept. Now I have all the points I need to graph a parabola. Come down, cross the x-intercept, hit the vertex, go through the y-intercept, and back up for a nice parabola. But as you can see, both of these give us similar parabolas. You might get this in one course and then in another course, which creates confusion. So the best advice is if you get this, you get that, use your textbook, use your resources, you have the internet, you know you can actually look it up nowadays with technology and find out how to make that parabola work for you as well as that parabola. There's our lesson.